Elephants are one of Earth's most iconic animals. They are giants that walk with ancient grace across savannas and through dense forests. Their presence shapes the very world around them, creating paths for smaller creatures and dispersing seeds over vast distances. For centuries, humans have watched them with a sense of wonder and respect. They are a symbol of strength and wisdom. But beyond this iconic status lies a creature of incredible complexity. To truly understand the elephant, we must look deeper. We need to explore the science that governs their lives. This journey will take us into the heart of what it means to be an elephant. In this documentary, we will explore the world of elephants through three distinct lenses. First, adaptability. We will examine their remarkable adaptability. We will see how they survive in a world that is constantly changing. From scorching droughts to the growing presence of human settlements, elephants find ways to endure. Second, physical properties. We will investigate their incredible physical properties. We will uncover the secrets behind their immense size and power. Using principles from physics and biology, we will understand how such a massive animal can move with quiet efficiency. It is a story of biological engineering perfected over millions of years of evolution. Finally, equipment. We will look at their equipment, their natural tools, and the technology we use to study them. The elephant's trunk is a marvel of nature, a muscular hydrostat capable of immense strength and delicate precision. Their tusks are formidable weapons and versatile tools. We will also explore the modern equipment that helps us understand their world. GPS collars, drones, acoustic sensors. These tools allow us to gather data, test our theories, and ultimately work towards protecting these magnificent animals for future generations. Our exploration will be grounded in science. We will draw upon decades of research, from historical archives to the latest field studies. We will use simple mathematics to quantify their needs and physics to explain their movements. This is not just a story about an animal. It is a story about how science can illuminate the natural world in breathtaking detail. By understanding the how and why of their existence, we can better appreciate their importance. We will ask key questions. How do they adapt to environmental pressure? What physical laws govern their bodies? And how does technology enhance our connection to them? To begin our journey, we must set the stage. Elephants are found across Africa and Asia, in habitats ranging from wide-open grasslands to dense, humid jungles. There are African savanna elephants, the largest land animals on Earth. There are the more elusive African forest elephants, and the distinct Asian elephants with their smaller ears and different body shape. Each species and subspecies faces unique challenges. They must find food, water, and safety in environments under pressure. Our story starts by acknowledging this diversity and the universal drive to survive that connects them all. We will witness their daily lives, from the quiet moments of a family group feeding to the dramatic long-distance migrations for water. This documentary will travel through time, using a rich collection of archival footage, early 20th century researchers observing an elephant herd. These historical records show us how elephant populations have moved and behaved over the decades. They provide a crucial baseline, allowing us to see how their lives have changed. We can compare the past with the present. By combining these archives with modern scientific studies, a clearer picture emerges. We can track the shifting boundaries of their territories using satellite data. We can analyze their diets to understand their flexibility. This scientific approach helps us move beyond simple observation. It allows us to measure, to quantify, and to build a robust understanding of their world. We will also lean on the fundamental principles of mathematics and physics. For example, we can use simple math to calculate the enormous amount of food and water an elephant needs each day. This helps us understand the pressure they place on their environment and why they must roam so far. Physics helps us comprehend how their massive skeletons support their weight. We will look at the forces involved when an elephant walks, or how the large surface area of their ears helps them regulate their body temperature. These concepts are key to understanding the elephant as a living, breathing biological machine. Our goal is to present a calm, evidence-based story of this incredible animal. We want to show you how science reveals the secrets of their survival. The visuals will guide our narrative, from sweeping drone shots of herds on the move to intimate close-ups of a trunk delicately picking a single leaf. By the end of our journey, we hope you will see the elephant in a new light. Not just as a symbol, but as a masterpiece of evolution, a creature of immense intelligence, and a testament to the power of adaptation. Now let us begin our exploration into how elephants work and how they continue to endure and innovate in a changing world. Section 1. The ever-changing landscape. Section 2. The nomadic imperative, following the reins. Section 3. A flexible palate, the science of foraging. Section 4. The social network, learning to survive. Section 5. Living on the edge, elephants and humans. Section 6. The mathematics of survival, an energy budget. Section 7. A blueprint for resilience. The story of the elephant is a story of adaptation. For millions of years, these giants have navigated a world in constant flux. Their survival depends on an extraordinary ability to adjust to new challenges. From the sweeping savannas of Africa to the dense jungles of Asia, elephants have proven themselves to be masters of resilience. Their world is not static. It is a dynamic mosaic of shifting seasons, unpredictable rainfall, and evolving landscapes. To understand the elephant, we must first appreciate the ever-changing stage upon which their lives unfold. This act of our story is dedicated to that remarkable adaptability, a trait that has allowed them to endure where many other megafauna have vanished. We begin in the vast expanse of the African savanna. Here, life is governed by the rhythm of wet seasons and dry seasons. The landscape transforms dramatically, from a lush, green paradise teeming with life to a parched, dusty plain where survival is a daily struggle. For the savanna elephant, this cycle is the defining feature of their existence. They have evolved not just to endure these changes, but to thrive within them. Their movements, their social structures, and their very physiology are all finely tuned to the pulse of this environment. We will see how their deep knowledge of the land, passed down through generations, guides them to water and food when resources become scarce. Across the continent, in the Congo Basin, we find the more elusive African forest elephant. Their world is different, a vertical environment of dense trees and constant humidity. Here, the challenges are not of drought, but of navigating a complex three-dimensional space and finding specific types of fruit and vegetation. Their adaptations are more subtle. They are smaller than their savanna cousins, allowing them to move more easily through the thick undergrowth. Their tusks are straighter, pointing downwards, which helps prevent them from getting tangled in vines. These physical differences highlight a key principle of evolution: form follows function. The environment shapes the animal, and the animal, in turn, adapts to its environment. Further east, the Asian elephant faces a landscape even more profoundly shaped by human presence. In India and Sri Lanka, ancient migration routes are now fragmented by farms, villages, and highways. This has forced them into a new kind of adaptation, one that involves navigating a human-dominated world. Their ability to learn and remember is critical. They must figure out where it is safe to go, what crops are available to eat, and how to avoid conflict with people. This behavioral flexibility is perhaps their most important tool for survival in the 21st century. It is a testament to their intelligence and their capacity to innovate in the face of unprecedented change. One of the most dramatic examples of elephant adaptability is their long-distance migration. These are not random wanderings. They are purposeful journeys, often covering hundreds of kilometers, driven by an ancient imperative to find water. In the dry season, smaller water holes evaporate, and the vegetation withers. The elephants know this. They remember where the last remaining sources of water can be found, even if they are a great distance away. They use memory. They use low-frequency communication. They may even use a sense of smell that can detect rain from afar. The matriarchs lead their families on these epic treks. It is a powerful display of collective knowledge and endurance. Scientific studies using GPS collars have revolutionized our understanding of these movements. By tracking individual elephants over many years, researchers can create detailed maps of their home ranges. These maps reveal the vast scale of their lives. A single herd's home range can span thousands of square kilometers. In Namibia, elephants have been shown traveling over 200 kilometers in a straight line to reach a permanent river. This data, when overlaid with rainfall patterns from satellite imagery, shows a clear correlation. The elephants are master climatologists, predicting where resources will be available and moving accordingly. We can look to archival records to see how these patterns have persisted over time. Notes from early 20th century explorers. Park rangers' field notes. They speak of elephants disappearing from one area and suddenly reappearing in another months later. What they were witnessing was this ancient migratory cycle. However, these archives also tell a story of change. Historical maps reveal migratory corridors now blocked by fences, blocked by farms, blocked by settlements. This fragmentation is one of the greatest threats to their survival, severing the lifelines that have sustained them for millennia. The decision to migrate is a calculated risk. The journey demands enormous energy and exposes the herd, especially young calves, to danger. But staying put in a depleted area means certain starvation and dehydration. The matriarch must weigh these options. Her decision is based on a lifetime of experience. She remembers past droughts and knows the routes that offer the best chance of survival. This social memory, held within the mind of the oldest and wisest female, is the herd's most precious asset. It is a living library of survival strategies, a testament to the power of learned behavior in a changing world. Adaptability is not just about where elephants go. It is also about what they eat. And an adult elephant needs to consume up to 150 kilograms of vegetation every single day to fuel its massive body. Finding that much food requires a highly flexible diet. Their diet can include grasses, leaves, bark, roots, and fruits. This dietary breadth is a crucial adaptation, allowing them to switch between different food sources as the seasons change. When the fresh grasses of the wet season disappear, they can turn to stripping bark from trees or digging for nutritious roots. Field researchers study elephant diets by painstakingly analyzing their dung. By identifying the plant fragments and seeds within a dung pile, scientists can build a detailed picture of what an elephant has been eating. These studies reveal fascinating regional and seasonal variations. For example, in Amboseli National Park in Kenya, studies have shown that elephants shift from a diet dominated by grasses in the wet season to one consisting mainly of woody plants and tree bark during the dry season. This dietary plasticity is essential. It allows them to exploit whatever resources are available, ensuring they can meet their immense caloric needs year-round. The elephant's trunk and tusks are the perfect tools for this flexible foraging strategy. The trunk, a fusion of nose and upper lip, is a muscular hydrostat with over 40,000 individual muscles. It is powerful enough to tear down a tree branch, yet delicate enough to pick a single berry without crushing it. Tusks, which are actually elongated incisor teeth, are used as levers to strip bark from trees or to dig into the earth for roots and minerals. The different shapes of tusks between savanna and forest elephants reflect their different foraging needs. This combination of versatile anatomy and intelligent application allows them to access a food library that is unavailable to most other herbivores. This adaptability extends to dealing with new, human-introduced food sources. In many parts of Asia and Africa, elephants have learned that agricultural crops like sugarcane, bananas, and maize are a highly concentrated source of energy. This has led to the behavior known as crop raiding. While it creates serious conflict with farmers, it is, from the elephant's perspective, a logical and innovative adaptation. They are simply applying their intelligence and foraging skills to a new and abundant resource. Understanding this behavior as an adaptation rather than just a nuisance is the first step towards finding sustainable solutions for human-elephant coexistence. An elephant's ability to adapt is not solely an individual trait, it is deeply rooted in their complex social structure. Elephants live in tight-knit family groups led by an experienced matriarch. This social unit is the primary vehicle for learning and the transmission of knowledge. Young elephants spend years, even decades, under the guidance of their mothers. Young elephants spend years, even decades, under the guidance of their aunts. Young elephants spend years, even decades, under the guidance of their elders. They learn by observation, they learn by imitation, they watch how their elders react to different sounds. They watch how their elders find water in a dry riverbed. They watch which plants are safe to eat. This long apprenticeship is crucial for their survival, equipping them with the skills they will need to navigate their world. The matriarch is the repository of the herd's collective wisdom. Her age and experience are invaluable. Studies have shown a direct link between the age of a matriarch and the reproductive success of her family group. Herds led by older, more experienced females are better at distinguishing between threats. Research shows families with older matriarchs are more adept at recognizing calls of dangerous predators. Research shows families with older matriarchs are more adept at recognizing the voices of threatening humans. This ability to make fine-tuned social discriminations is a learned skill, passed down through generations. It is social learning in its most critical form. This social learning network allows for rapid behavioral adaptation. Knowledge of new threats or opportunities can spread quickly through the population. Consider the challenge of navigating areas with human activity. Elephants have learned to identify safe corridors. Elephants have learned to move through dangerous areas under the cover of darkness. In some regions, entire populations have shifted to a more nocturnal lifestyle to avoid daytime encounters with people. This is not a genetic change. It is a cultural shift, a new tradition adopted by the group. The bonds within the family provide emotional resilience as well as practical knowledge. When a herd faces a stressful event such as a drought, when a herd faces a stressful event such as a poaching incident, the social support system is critical. Elephants are known to comfort each other with touches of their trunks and low rumbles. This emotional regulation helps the group stay cohesive and functional even under extreme duress. The social fabric of elephant life is an active and essential component of their adaptive toolkit, allowing them to face challenges together and pass on the lessons of survival. Nowhere is elephant adaptability more evident or more tested than at the interface between their world and ours. As human populations expand, boundaries of elephant habitats shrink. Elephants are forced to live on the edge, a patchwork of wild spaces and human development. This is new and challenging, something their ancestors never faced. Their response is a mix of avoidance, innovation, conflict. Understanding behavior in these shared landscapes is urgent for conservation science. One striking adaptation: learned avoidance. Elephants associate specific cues with danger. Sounds, smells. Pastoralists, Maasai, farmers, researchers using recorded sounds show elephants react strongly to Maasai voices. Elephants flee or show fearful behavior during playbacks. They've built a mental map of human threat levels and adjust movement. This cognitive skill helps them navigate a perilous modern landscape. Beyond avoidance, elephants exploit resources in human areas. Crop raiding is common. They also break fences by pushing over posts or lifting wires. Some open water taps, others raid grain stores. These acts cause problems for people, but reveal problem solving and learning. Elephants are trying to make a living in the world they find themselves in. Close proximity to humans has driven social changes. In high poaching areas, elephants become secretive and more aggressive. They travel more at night and react defensively to any human presence. This heightened alert is stressful and harms long-term health. It's a behavioral scar from negative human interactions. Their adaptability is a double-edged sword. It lets them survive short-term but at significant cost, changing what it means to be an elephant. The adaptability of an elephant can be understood through the simple but, powerful lens of mathematics. At its core, survival is an equation of energy. An elephant must take in more energy from the food it eats than it expends on daily activities like walking, feeding, regulating its body temperature. This concept is known as an energy budget. Every decision an elephant makes, from which food to eat, whether to migrate, is an unconscious calculation aimed at keeping this budget in balance. When the environment changes, the variables in this equation shift, and the elephant must adapt its behavior to solve for survival. Let's consider a basic calculation. A typical 4,000 kilogram African elephant requires approximately 70,000 kilocalories per day. This is roughly the energy content of about 150 kilograms of average quality vegetation. To gather this much food, an elephant may need to spend up to 18 hours a day foraging. Now, imagine a drought occurs. The quality of the vegetation declines, meaning the elephant gets fewer calories per kilogram of food. To balance its energy budget, it must now spend more time foraging, travel further to find better food. This increases its energy expenditure, making the equation even harder to solve. Water is another critical variable in this survival equation. An adult elephant needs to drink up to 200 liters of water every day. Walking to a distant waterhole costs energy. A simple physics calculation can estimate this cost. The work done to move a 4,000 kilogram body over, say 10 kilometers, requires a significant number of calories. The matriarch must weigh the energy cost of the journey against the life-sustaining benefit of the water. If the waterhole is too far, the energy expended in getting there and back might be greater than the energy they can gain from foraging around it, leading to a net loss. This is a deadly deficit. These calculations highlight why adaptability is so essential. When one part of the energy equation is thrown off balance, the elephant must adjust another part. If food becomes scarce, they must reduce their energy expenditure, perhaps by resting more, moving to a new area where food is more abundant. If they are forced to walk further for water, they must compensate by finding higher quality food. Every behavior we have discussed, migration, dietary switching, social learning, can be seen as a strategy to manage this fundamental energy budget in a world of finite resources. The sum of these adaptations, migratory knowledge, dietary flexibility, social learning, behavioral innovation, forms a blueprint for resilience. It is what has allowed elephants to persist for so long through ice ages, climate shifts, and now, the unprecedented pressures of the modern era. This blueprint is not written in stone. It is a living, dynamic set of strategies, updated with each new generation and challenge. The elephant is not a relic of the past. It is an active participant in the present, securing its future. Comparing the adaptive strategies of African savanna, African forest, and Asian elephants reveals both common themes and unique solutions. All three rely on social learning and have flexible diets. However, the specific expression of these traits differs. The savanna elephant's blueprint emphasizes vast spatial memory for navigating open landscapes. The forest elephant's blueprint prioritizes the location of scattered fruiting trees within a complex forest. The Asian elephant's blueprint is increasingly being rewritten to include strategies for coexisting with humans, a chapter that is still being drafted with uncertain outcomes. Understanding this blueprint is fundamental to conservation. Simply protecting a piece of land is not enough if it does not contain the resources an elephant needs to balance its energy budget throughout the year. Conservation efforts must be designed around the elephant's own survival strategies. This means protecting migratory corridors that connect wet and dry season ranges. It means maintaining a diversity of habitats that provide different food sources at different times, and it means finding ways to reduce human-elephant conflict so that their blueprint for survival does not lead them into a deadly confrontation with ours. Ultimately, the adaptability of the elephant is a source of hope. It shows that they are not fragile, passive victims of circumstance. They are intelligent, resourceful survivors who are actively fighting for their place in the world. Their resilience, however, is not infinite. They are being pushed to the very limit of their adaptive capacity. The challenges are mounting faster than ever before. By studying their adaptability, we not only gain a deeper appreciation for this magnificent animal, but we also learn what we must do to ensure that their blueprint for resilience does not become a historical document. We have seen how elephants adapt their behavior to survive in a changing world. Now, we turn our attention from their actions to their very form. The elephant is a masterpiece of biological engineering, a living testament to the power of evolution to solve immense physical challenges. Its sheer size is breathtaking. Every aspect of its body is a finely tuned solution: bones that support its weight, skin that protects it. In this act, we will delve into the physics and biology of the elephant's body. It is a story of scale, strength, incredible anatomical innovation. To truly appreciate the elephant, we must think like an engineer. How do you design a structure that can support up to 6 tons of weight, yet move with surprising grace and silence? How do you create a limb that is both a powerful battering ram and a delicate tool capable of picking up a single blade of grass? The elephant's body provides the answers. Its skeleton is a marvel of structural support. Its muscles are engines of immense power. The trunk, a multi-purpose appendage. The tusks, another versatile tool. We will dissect these features with the principles of science. Our journey will be guided by numbers and laws. We will use simple mathematics to understand the immense forces they withstand every day. We will apply physics to explain how they manage temperature, how they generate force, and how they distribute their incredible weight. For instance, the pressure an elephant exerts on the ground is surprisingly low. We will explore that paradox by examining the unique structure of its feet. These concepts are the invisible rules that shape the elephant's existence. By exploring these properties, we gain a new level of respect. Admiring an elephant from afar is one thing. Understanding the intricate mechanics that let it live and breathe is another. Its great size is not just being big, it's a complex suite of interconnected adaptations. From the microscopic structure of its bone to the macroscopic design of its ears, every detail serves a purpose. This is the story of how to build a giant, a blueprint written in bone, muscle, and flesh. Over millions of years of evolutionary trial and error, we have explored the elephant's remarkable adaptability and its incredible physical properties. Now, we turn to the final act of our story: equipment. On the left, the elephant's natural tool. On the right, the human tools we use. This theme has 2 distinct but interconnected parts. First, the natural equipment, the tools elephants use to interact with the world. Trunk, tusks, feet. Elephants also use external objects intentionally to solve problems. This blurs the line between anatomy and learned innovation. It reveals cognitive ability and problem solving. Next, the equipment humans use to study them. Science has developed an impressive array of technologies: satellites orbiting high above the Earth, sensitive microphones hidden in the forest. These tools give us unprecedented access to elephants' secret lives. They let us track movements, listen to conversations, monitor health without disturbing them. Technology bridges our world and theirs for conservation. This is a story of interaction, elephants with tools and humans with scientific tools. Documented tool use ranges from simple fly swatters to more complex, innovative behaviors recorded by field researchers. We'll then explore modern conservation technology. GPS collars mapping migrations, drones revealing herd dynamics, acoustic sensors decoding vocalizations, a journey from low-tech elephant ingenuity to high-tech human ingenuity. We must also consider responsibilities that come with this technology. Using equipment on wild animals carries ethical weight. We must weigh knowledge gained against potential stress or impact. The goal: observe, learn, protect with minimal intrusion. By understanding both toolkits, we build a fuller picture, working toward a future where both can thrive. Without this technology, our efforts to save them would be far less effective. Throughout this journey, we have explored the world of the elephant through three distinct yet deeply interconnected themes: their profound adaptability, their extraordinary physical properties, the diverse equipment they and we employ. These are not separate stories. They are interwoven threads that form the complete tapestry of the elephant's existence. An elephant's ability to adapt to a changing climate is inseparable from the physical properties of its body. Large ears that cool its blood, massive tusks that dig for water. These tools make behavioral adaptations possible. They are the hardware that runs the software of survival, written over millions of years of evolution. Physical properties underpin everything. The elephant's immense size, governed by the scaling laws of physics, dictates its every need and action. Columnar legs to support its mass, a massive daily requirement for food and water, a constant challenge of dissipating body heat. These realities drive adaptive behaviors, fueling its giant body powers, long migrations tracked by GPS collars. The need to stay cool makes muddy waterholes indispensable. Knowledge of a waterhole's location is priceless. Physical form and adaptive behavior, two sides of the same coin. Equipment bridges biology and intelligent action. The trunk, a muscular hydrostat, is primary natural equipment. Its strength and dexterity enable flexible foraging strategies. Picking up a branch as a fly swatter extends capability and shows a cognitive leap. Innovation, finding new solutions, is adaptability. The elephant is an active engineer, shaping its own destiny. The three themes fold back on one another in a continuous loop. The body presents challenges and provides tools. Intelligence and social learning allow adaptation, using those tools in innovative ways. The equipment we use, satellites and microphones and cameras, let us witness and understand form, function, and survival. See these threads as a single magnificent whole, a comprehensive blueprint for enduring as a giant on a changing planet. Our exploration has been deliberately grounded in the calm, clear language of science. By moving beyond simple admiration and applying the principles of mathematics, physics, biology, we gain a much deeper and more profound appreciation for the elephant. Science provides a lens that lets us see the invisible forces and structures shaping their lives. It transforms our perspective from seeing just a large animal to understanding a feat of biological engineering, a master of energy economics, a highly sophisticated communicator. This scientific approach replaces vague wonder with specific, quantifiable awe. The use of clear measurements and archives has been central. When we calculate that an elephant needs 150 kilograms of food, 200 liters of water each day, we are no longer just saying it eats a lot. We are quantifying the ecological pressure and the motivation for its vast home range. When we analyze archival records of past migrations and compare them to modern GPS tracks, we can measure the impact of human development on their ancient pathways. This data-driven approach moves us from stories to evidence, providing the foundation for effective conservation planning. Scaling laws explain why its bones are so thick and its posture so columnar. Leverage physics shows how tusks pry bark. Thermodynamics reveals the cooling function of massive ears. Bioacoustics lets us listen to low-frequency conversations that bind their society together. These tools decode the elephant's blueprint, revealing elegant evolutionary solutions at colossal scale. Ultimately, this scientific lens empowers us to act. It gives us the knowledge to act. By understanding the precise caloric needs of an elephant, we can better assess the carrying capacity of a national park. By mapping their corridors, we can advocate for specific land protections. By monitoring their stress levels through their calls, we can measure the impact of our own activities on their well-being. Science is our most reliable guide for conservation. It turns admiration into meaningful, targeted action. We have journeyed through the intricate world of the elephant, from the grand scale of its migrations to the microscopic structure of its skin. We have seen how it adapts, how its body is engineered, how it interacts with the world through a sophisticated toolkit. The conclusion is inescapable. The elephant is one of the most complex, intelligent, and resourceful creatures on our planet. Its story is a powerful testament to the resilience of nature. Yet, this resilience is being tested as never before. The challenges of habitat loss, climate change, and human-wildlife conflict are pushing their adaptive capacities to the absolute limit. The future of the elephant is now inextricably linked to our own. The same technologies we use to study them, GPS trackers, drones, acoustic sensors, are also our most powerful tools for protecting them. The data they provide allows us to manage landscapes more intelligently, to anticipate and mitigate conflict, and to combat the scourge of poaching with greater efficiency. The continued study of elephants is not just an act of scientific curiosity, it is a vital necessity for their survival. Every new discovery about their behavior, their physiology, or their social lives provides another piece of the puzzle, helping us to be better custodians of the landscapes we share. The responsibility for their future rests with all of us. It lies with the scientists, researchers on the front lines, rangers who risk their lives to protect them, communities who are learning to live alongside them. It also lies with a global community that values their existence and supports the efforts to conserve them. The story of the elephant is a mirror reflecting our own relationship with the natural world. Ensuring their survival is a measure of our own wisdom and our own capacity for coexistence. Their fate will, in many ways, be a verdict on our own humanity and our willingness to make space for the magnificent otherness of life. The world would be an immeasurably poorer place without the quiet, ponderous tread of an elephant. Their presence has shaped ecosystems for millennia, and their intelligence and emotional depth continue to captivate us. As we have seen, they are masters of adaptation, endurance, innovation. Our hope is that by understanding how they work, we can learn how to work with them, securing a shared future for generations to come. The journey of discovery is far from over, and every new insight brings new hope. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.